All right, I think we are good to go. All right, I think we're good to go. So this is Jenny Barnes, season 2 of League of Extraordinary Investigators. This is scenario 4, the Unspeakable Oath. She's had a pretty rough go of it. This particular campaign, we had to resign for Echoes of the Past, which is one of the things we need to work on for our setup. Here's the Chaos Bag. So if you just resign, you get Cultist, Elder Thing, and the tablet instead of other things. Let me make sure really fast. Let's see, this is in here somewhere. Yeah, R4, I think, because I had to leave. So I think, yeah, it should be one cultist, one Elder Thing, one. No, let me see. Mine, R4. Oh, I'm supposed to have just 2 cultists. Huh. Already off to a great start. Let me make sure. No resolution was reached, resigned, or defeated. Read resolution 4. Oh, not resolution 1. I'm supposed to have a cultist 8. God. Reading is going super well for me today. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, this is the real Chaos Bag. Also, I think that is it for setup, except we didn't get the Onyx clasp, so we need to do the Really Bad Ones version 2. Again, let me make sure. Yeah, Really Bad Ones version 2. Then, deck-wise, so I purchased 1 copy of Charisma and a second adaptable. I had 4 experience, 2 victory points, and 2 experience from Sharon's Opal. Took out the Liquid Courage, a copy of the 41 Derringer and the Fine Clothes for a think on your feet, a decoy, and 2 copies of Thermos, which already is gonna, it's already quote unquote powered up for horror because we start with 2 mental trauma, or we have 2 mental trauma at the moment, so that's how well this is going. That was 1 scenario too, 2 mental trauma in 1 scenario. So here's the deck. We need to randomize our starting asylum halls. And I will be starting in the middle. And then we will draw opening hands and get started. I don't think there's anything left to do setup wise, so let's go ahead and get this thing started. So we're going to start here. So I have a weapon, and I think I'm going to throw everything else back. Yeah. Okay. We got one of the more important things for us this game is going to be getting well connected. Would have been nice if we had an ally, but we can't have everything nice. So turn 1. We'll play well connected. And then I will probably play the blade. I could try to evade everything, but might as well just fight it. It's gonna lower our well connected. Let's also see where we began. That's probably important. After I defeat a lunatic enemy at this location, draw a card. Okay. So that has no clues on it, which is kind of annoying. Because I'm planning on going this direction, but I think this place has 2 clues, so I haven't practiced all that much. So, alright, let's play the blade. And watch as my game glitches out. It's always fun. Just restarted the computer. And we'll move on to the mess hall. 2 clues, and when we successfully investigate the mess hall, we have to choose and discard a card from our hand, which is actually kind of annoying. We'll see what we can do about that. But anyway, that's my first turn. Played, moved. Draw a Lone Wolf, which is nice. And then get a Doom. There's 2 in the threshold. 3 clues for Investigator to move on. We'll make sure this is nice and shuffled, and this is the start of turn 2. I'll try to remember the turn counter. Using Filth. Each location gets +1 shroud at the end of the turn, end of the round, or rather, discard, use in Filth. Awesome. I'm just going to put it here. We will play Lone Wolf. Then this kind of really hurts our ability to do anything. I'm not going to investigate it even. Investigating at +1 is going to be annoying too, so I think what I really need to do is just grab resources. I'm okay where I'm at. I have a weapon down, so we're going to use our remaining 2 actions just to grab resources, which is lame, but it is what it is. Okay, end of the round. Get rid of that. Draw a card. A couple of resources, and then turn 3, and this flips over, locked inside. So we have to shuffle the encounter discard pile and each of the set-aside lunatic enemies into the encounter deck. And then we must randomly choose an enemy monster, enemy from the set-aside monster enemies, and place it beneath the act deck without looking at it. So these are lunatics. This goes in here. This, I'm just going to put the monsters here for the moment. Get that nice and shuffled. And we have 7 turns left, or 7 doom left for the second one to go. Go ahead and Descent into Madness. Almost already, thanks to our trauma, but no. And then Gift of Madness. Cannot attack lunatic enemies. Well, that's handy, because that's all the enemies right now. Which means I'm going to have to spend an action to get rid of this, unfortunately. But first we'll take Lone Wolf money. Let's see. Yeah, I guess we'll have to. So that's our first action. Let's grab a monster. Place it down there. And then we will... I would like to investigate. I'm not sure what I'm going to get rid of, because you have to discard cards. Maybe the skill cards. I'm going to have to, I think. Alright, well, let's investigate. Use well connected. So we're a 4 against 2. And that's a fail. I guess I'll do it again at +1. Could use throw a skill card at it, but I'm going to need to discard some of those skills. Money talks would be bad. Alright, let's try it again. Unexpected courage. So I'll be up 3. Skull is -1. We have to discard card because that's the location. And we get a clue. And that's our turn. This is how it's going to go. So, searching for a Z, we have to put it to the location furthest from you, which we have some options. We can either put it here, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, here, or at the garden. We're going to have to end in the garden anyway. So maybe I should put it in the garden. I'm not really planning on going to the infirmary, so I guess it'll go there. And we'll grab our resources. And keep going, turn doom. I think I shuffled. Yeah, I'm not going to shuffle again because I think I already shuffled. Yellow sign. That's the card I didn't want to see. So test willpower 4. If you fail, take 2 horror and search your deck for madness, weakness, and draw that card. So the best I can do is be even, which is pretty terrible. I think I would rather just save my well-connected for something I could actually pass. So I'm -1, which means 2 tokens. Absolutely not. So we take 2 horror. Then we have to search our deck for madness, weakness. Fortunately, this isn't too bad. It's drawing the sign, and we already fall underneath that criteria, so I guess it gets it out of our deck. Alright, so that was about the worst card we could have drawn. Take our Lone Wolf money. I really don't want to discard any of these cards. I think I'm going to draw a card, take a resource, and then try to investigate. So hopefully a card that's worse than one of these two. Okay, that's fine, I guess. We'll take a resource, and then we will try to investigate. We're 3 plus 2 with well connected, so we're 5 against 2 again. Alright, so we get that. We have to discard card. And that's our turn. Okay, not a bad card. Turn and doom. No lunatic enemies in play, so that just surges. No lunatics in play, so that just surges. And there's the lunatic. So we either have to take a horror, or young psychopath gets 3 fight till the end of the investigation phase. Or we do this. Let's think on our feet, because obviously we don't want to take horror, and we can't really deal with a 5 fight young psychopath, so that's fun. So change of plans. I was going to go to the kitchen, but now I don't think I will. Oh, we can't even go in there. Okay. Well, I didn't practice. So read the card. Alright, so think on our feet lets us move a location. enemy will spawn here and do nothing. And then we're going to need to start moving. We could get rid of drawing the sign, but our hand is so low that it doesn't really matter right now. Okay, so this Asylum Hall. When you end your turn at this location, take a horror and gain 2 resources. That is not something we want to do. I forgot to take Lone Wolf money. So we moved. We're going to investigate. We're 5 against, I think, 2 again. We could try to just investigate at +1. Because we need to, once we pass the act, once the act deck rolls over, we're going to have to make a test. And I would rather have well connected here. So +1 is how bad? +1 is really, really bad. Okay. Well, if I was going to... let's be +1. I don't think there's anything too horrible. Yeah, so we'll be +1. Alright, well, good thing I didn't use well connected there. Alright, so now we'll be +3. But after you end your turn, you take out... Okay, so we can't end our turn there. So I should have used well connected, but it didn't matter because I drew an autofail. We're obviously not going to end our turn there. Can't go in here, so we need to go in here, the infirmary. And at least it has a victory point. So that's our turn. We moved, we bricked an investigate action, and then we moved again. Alright. Really need to draw healing or soak. That is not that. Nearest Asylum Hall's most remaining sanity. When you attack meditation patient, take a horror. So it needs to go there, unfortunately. Alright, good to know. Lone Wolf goes off, so we can investigate at a 6 now. So we're +3. Okay, so we got that clue. I should probably use this. How often can I use this? Once per round, okay. So we could do that. We could, I can use Cunning to, when I need to pass the act. So that wouldn't be too bad. And then I'll have to figure out what I want to do next. I don't want to end, I can't end my turn here. That would be very, very bad. This is not a hunter, so we will heal a horror and take a direct damage using the infirmary. And then we will advance. Alright, so we need to choose one and try to get the keys from the nurse. So I can use either, either agility or intellect with cunning. So I guess we'll say we're using agility. I'm a 3, but I'm really a 6. 6 against, I think, 4. Take a look at it again. Yep. Trying to steal the keys from her. That's a big fail. So, choose one. So now we have to choose the other options. Well, we could get a +1 somewhere. I'm not going to devote any cards to it, though. So, any more cards. So I'm -1 on fight, and I'm -1 on intellect. Okay, so neither of those work. And then I just have to remember that. I'll put a damage on it, I guess. Alright, so we had to grab the keys by force, and we advanced to A. So we have the keys, we can go in different rooms now. We need to find the patient confinement location with Daniel Chesterfield in it, so that will tell us to advance, basically. So I have a turn left. I don't want to draw cards. I guess I'll take another resource. That's kind of lame. That's all we can do. We can't move, because that would be a very bad thing. Alright. Upkeep. These guys aren't hunters. Draw a card. Kind of a useless card, but that's okay. Take a Doom and a turn. And we will draw one of these things. Lovely. So we cannot trigger action abilities on locations. Okay. We're just going to have to keep that there for the moment. Take our Lone Wolf Cache. Now, I really don't want to attack this guy because we'll take more horror. But he's in a kind of a bad spot. Or she's in a bad spot. Because I can't just evade and ignore for the rest of the game. So I think I'm going to have to fight, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Alright, so we will fight with the blade. I have to take a horror for that. Okay, and then we're a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 against 2. Alright, so it's a dead mad patient. And we need to move here to the basement hall. Alright, so we need to put the 4 set-aside patient confinement locations into play. We'll shuffle that up. And that's our turn. There's a victory point. Been kind of playing kind of suicidally, I don't know. So I might go for that victory point. Probably don't have the time. So upkeep phase. That is what I wanted to see. But we have to drop some cards now. Might have to drop Decoy. We have Lola Santiago and Well Connected, so we should have enough agility to do any evasion. Really wanted to use Decoy though, but is what it is. So I cannot trigger action abilities on locations. Alright, I'm gonna need to remember that. And then take my resources and let's go. Turn 8. Another mad patient. Awesome. So we have the same problem we had just before. Oh well. Okay, take our Lone Wolf money. I'm going to play Lola Santiago, of course. I'm going to move to one of these patient halls. We'll go for this one, I guess. Okay, so I need to test willpower X. X is the amount of horror on you. Lovely. If you succeed, you recognize the room. Remember, you've recalled the way out. So I have one more action. I have to get rid of this now. So we have to randomly choose an enemy from the monster enemies and place it beneath the act deck without looking at it. There's our monsters, and there's another one into the pile. And that's our turn. Okay, Dynamite is good to see. Let's go ahead and turn and Doom. We're at 6 out of 7. Haven't made all that much in terms of progress, unfortunately. Test, of course. Just willpower accesses the shroud value of your location. For each point you must, if you fail, you must either take a horror for each point you fail by, or randomly choose an enemy from among the set aside monster enemies and place it beneath the act. I need to pass this test, so I have to use Well Connected for it, unfortunately. So we're going to be +1 on this test. Nice too. So either take a point of horror. Well, can do that. Alright. I suppose that could have been worse. Let's take Lone Wolf money, and we're going to make this willpower check. So test willpower X. X is the amount of horror on you. So it's a test of 4. We are a 3 plus 4 is 7. So we are +3. Okay, that's good. I'm going to put a resource on it. So I have recalled the way out. So that's good. We're going to move here. This is our second action. And then we're going to be very, very greedy here. And Lola's going to pick this clue up for the victory point. And so, okay, how do we want to deal with this? So what I'm thinking is, if I move into a patient cell with Daniel, then I'm just inviting an attack. So we have to wait another action, or another turn. So another wasted action for a resource we don't need, which is unfortunate. Alright, upkeep. Blade doesn't really matter. And we have to flip this over. I think we're going to run out of time. Lead investigator must randomly choose an enemy from among the set-aside monster enemies and shuffle it into the counter deck without looking at it. And then if Constance is not listed under VIP slain, we have to draw her, but we set fire to the room, so we're okay there. And then we have 8 turns, so we'll see. Straight jacket. So that takes up a body slot and 2 hand slots. We have to return this to our hand, so that's fun. We have to use 2 actions to get rid of it. Also fun. We just don't have that many actions. Jeez. We play the 45s. Oh, we have to get rid of this first. Yeah, I guess we have to get rid of this first. I'm going to lose to... I am probably going to lose to running out of time. We've wasted so many actions this scenario. We could... Yeah. Do I want to play the blades? Do you want to play the 245s and not worry about weapons for the rest of the game, probably. Let's spend... want to be at 15 by the end of by the next phase. So I need to be, that's an upkeep, and a lone wolf, that's 3. So if I drop to 12, I will get to 15 next. So yeah, we'll put 10 ammo on this. Components. We'll just grab a die for this. If I can find dice. There you go. Plastic. Just put D10 on it. Okay. So now we have a gun with 10 bullets. That's the end of our turn. Draw Little Santiago. I have to discard thanks to drawing a sign, so I'll just drop that. Take 2 resources. Hope I don't get hit by corruption. Maybe I should just drop Lolo Santiago instead. Though I'm going to want her for soak. I really can't afford dropping twin 45s to a random corruption though, so I want to have some cards in my hand, items in my hand, so I guess I'll drop Lolo Santiago then. And that's the turn. Turn 11, 7 doom away. Oozenfelth. Doesn't really matter. Which is good. So let's get, go, Lone Wolf. I'm gonna go here, I guess. And we've reached patient confinement. After patient confinement is revealed, advance to Act 2B. So the really bad ones. We have to spawn the enemy side of Daniel Chesterfield at patient confinement. Let's go ahead and find him. That was our first action. And he says a couple of things that we can't say, or we're about to not be allowed to say anyway. So, with or without Daniel, you have to get out of this place as soon as you can. Ignore the text on unrevealed side of Arkham Asylum locations. If we know for the following. Right now we just have 1, which is recalling the way out. So we need 3 more conditions. 2 of them are going to be here, so that's okay. We need to find 1 more. Yeah, because we have 1 here. Probably going to go here. And then I'm pretty sure garden and yard both have them. Let me check my notes so I don't make a big mistake. Yep. Alright. 2 actions left. We need to evade him, probably. I mean, I could fight him. Get another victory point. Kind of just playing Suicidal League. I don't really care if I die or not. So we could try. That'd be +2 and then plus a bunch for well connected. What I should probably do is just evade and leave the room, but I don't know if I like that idea either. We still need 1 more thing. That 1 more thing is going to be here. So we need to move. That's probably another action. Hopefully be able to get something done pretty quickly. Just deciding if I have enough time. 7 doom, I feel like I have enough time. Alright, let's fight him. Alright, I'm +2. Make sure if he has retaliate, then no. Okay. So I'm a 3 +2. That's a -1, so we're okay. We'll fight again. I'll use well connected. So we're 5 plus 3. So we're 8. We're up 5. And that's what happens. So we take a damage in horror. Thank you, auto fail. You are always welcome. Let's go into upkeep now. I need discard for drawing the sign. We're gonna want at least one dynamite blast. I still want to keep 2 items to protect the guns from corrosion. So we'll just drop the dynamite blast that we just got. And that's our turn. Turn 12, 2 doom out of 8. And there's corrosion. Okay, fortunately. I can discard that. So corrosion is resource cost of at least X. X is the shroud value. You're at a patient confinement cell with a shroud of 2. So that's okay. Alright, Lone Wolf. Try this again. We are an 8 against 3. Alright, now he's dead. Throw him in the victory pile. And while I'm thinking of it, I'm going to throw my locations in here. Hopefully I can find Leo or something to speed this up. Anyway, we need to learn a couple more things here. So I'll move, and then I'll move here. It's my last action. Move and move. And this is test intellect 2 to know the guards patrols. Okay, simple enough. Thermos is tempting. We might have to take a turn to play Thermos. I will have to calculate how much time we have here. Test willpower X. X is the shroud value of your location. If you fail, you must either take a horror for each point you failed by, or choose an enemy from the set-aside monster enemies and play it beneath the act deck. I'm pretty sure, yeah, you just shuffle it into the encounter deck. So we would have to do that if we failed. I'm +2 against the test. Okay, I might have to just protect myself against this card. So we get +4 to our skill test. X is the shroud value, that's 3. So we're 3 and we're up 4. And that's our third auto fail of the day. We need to shuffle in a monster. Alright, our turn. The 21. Yeah, I think I need to play Thermos. And probably use it once. So I do have 2 or more mental trauma, so I get to heal 2 horror. So that's nice. Then we'll take that test at 2. We actually have 4 right now because of Lola Santiago, so we're up 2. And they were nice to us. Alright, so we know 2 things now. We have recalled the way out and we know the guards patrols. So if we can just get this done and this done, we'll be okay. But we now are at upkeep. And 4 out of 8. And we cannot play events. Okay, that's bad. But we might not... I don't know if we have time to deal with it, unfortunately. We get up to 20. Let's move once. Problem is this guy. So, well, if they only do damage, it's not a huge deal. I think what I'm going to do is move. If I move here and then move here, I'll take an attack of opportunity and the attack during the enemy phase. So I'll take 2 damage. Yeah, I'm not that hurt. Lola can take 1. I was thinking about dynamiting, but we can't now that we drew that card. So I think I'll just do that. Move here, take this guy with me. Take the mad patient with me. Take an attack of opportunity in order to move. And then take an attack for the enemy phase. And that'll be my turn. Okay, we need to drop 2 cards now. I also need to cough. Sorry. So I need to drop 2 cards now. Tox would be really, really good. Drop Thermos. And I guess we'll drop the Blade. If we draw Corruption, we can get rid of Thermos. So we no longer need an item in our hand. So, yeah, we'll do that. 5 out of 8. Lovely. I'm going to need the willpower to do the actual tests and stuff, I think. Well, I need to evade this person, so I'll probably use Well Connected there. I don't have any more Madness cards. Yeah, if I don't use Well Connected here, I would be +1 to evade, which is bad. We'd have to use Money Talks. Can I take 2 or probably? Alright, -1. No, yeah, -1. And yep, that's a fail. Take 2 horror. 99% sure we don't have madness. That's not a madness. Okay. Get Lone Wolf money, and we need to evade this mad patient right now. So I use Well Connected, sum of 4, and I get +4 more, sum 8 against 3. I almost lost to the cultist. Let me make sure then. Every 5 resources, so we have, that's 4. +3 is 7. +1 is 8. 8 minus 5 is 3. Okay, we're good. So now we can move. Okay. When you're investigating the yard, it gets +1 shroud for each horror on you. Isn't that lovely? While you are investigating. So, only if you are investigating. So we evade, we move. So only while investigating is fun, because that means we get to use Lola Santiago to take this. And then to did I play any events? No, I don't think I did. Okay, sorry. We'll take the damage and start a fight. And we're good here. And that's our turn. 6 out of 8. Turn 16. Cannot commit skill cards to skill tests. Oh, I need to discard something for drawing the sign. It's going to be that. Okay, that's fine. Cannot commit skill cards to skill tests. Okay, that's just money talks. So I think we're okay. Lone Wolf money. I don't think anything bad happens when you enter the garden. If it spawns an enemy, I'm going to be mad at myself for not practicing this enough. Alright, if there are no clues on garden, test Agility 2. If you succeed, remember that you distracted the guards. Well, what's the shroud? 3. That is actually a convenient number. Well, Santiago's going to buy that clue for me. And then I will test at 2. I forget if an enemy just randomly spawns on you or not. Yeah. So right now I'm overthinking. Let's do the test. Yeah, I don't know. Test Agility 2, we're at 4, plus 4 is 8, so we're up 6. Okay. And that's our 4 things. Yeah, so we recalled the way out, we learned the patrols, and we started a fight. And now we have distracted the guards. So this gets to go over. Okay. Shuffle the encounter discard pile and each enemy beneath the act deck into the encounter deck. Yeah. So this stuff and this stuff. If at least 3 enemies were shuffled into the encounter deck by this effect, I think there were. Let me see. These are all monsters. Yeah, they are. Okay. We have to draw them. Which is lovely. We do have one more action to evade them, at least. Okay. Sweet. So, Asylum Gorger just spawns in the basement halls. So, yeah, not even spawned on us. And then the garden gains resign, finally a way out. So here's the problem. I can get out right now. I will suffer a 3rd mental trauma if I do that. I could wait until next turn and try to grab Izzy. Wouldn't be too hard of a test. Worst things that could happen. I take horror damage and die. If we draw an enemy would be terrible too. Do I want to take a mental trauma to make sure I live? Or do I want to go all out for this? I don't know. I kind of feel like I need to just go. Yeah. Suffering a mental trauma is not the same as getting defeated, so Yeah, let's just go. I'll have 3 mental trauma on me. That's what the thermos is for. Alright, I'm out. So, resign. Finally a way out. And we get to advance. We had to take the keys by force, so we hit R2. Let's find R2. We were attacked as they escaped the asylum. Oops, sorry. We suffer a physical trauma, so now we have 3 mental trauma and 1 physical trauma. Lovely. We earn experience equal to victory X, so we spent all of that, and we earn 1 plus 1 plus 1, so we have 3 victory points, and 2 experience from Oval, so I'll have 5 to play with. Let me make sure there's no other victory points. Just that one, this one, and this one. Oh, so I have 4 actually. Let's see, which one did I miss? Infirmary, mess hall. I missed basement hall. There we go. So I really earned 4 victory points, and we'll have 6 experience to spend. And I will have 2 rock tokens instead of the other ones, but I'll work on that on my own time. But anyways, that was my romp through the asylum. We did it in 16 turns. We got 4 victory points, except for all the trauma I just took. That's pretty much as good as we can hope for. So, anyway, big stupid grin, and I'll see you next time.